Thank you so much for your feedback on my previous vlogs. I really appreciate, all the advice and the questions that you guys have. And hopefully I plan to cover them in the next vlogs that I'm going to do. But today I'm going to be covering a topic that someone once asked, which is, what is acne? Just give us more details on what exactly causes acne and what is it. So I'm going to be covering that, giving you some information so that you're empowered in terms of how to treat it and what your next steps are. Okay, so let's get into it. The first thing that I want to explain is what is the root cause of acne, because many people don't know what causes it. Where does it come from? So basically, the human skin has glands in it, and these glands are responsible for secreting sebum or oil. And this oil is there to keep the skin soft and also to protect it. What happens is if the pores, for example, become clogged with dirt or dead skin cells or excess oil, even possibly bacteria, then you have a perfect recipe for developing acne and for developing acne. So basically, there's two types of acnes. Okay, that's what we need to understand. There's two types of acnes. There is the uh, uh, um, not so severe type, which is the non-inflammatory acne. So that's acne that doesn't cause your skin um, to inflame and be red, and doesn't cause swelling around the area of the pimple. This acne is much easier to take care of. Things like a good skincare regime, your cleansing, toning, moisturizing, some antibacterial soap that you can basically get from a pharmacy is usually the best sort of way to treat the acne. This is usually called self-care acne because you can actually get rid of it by yourself. The second type of acne, which is the one that I am more passionate about, because that was the one that I was experiencing, is called inflammatory acne. Inflammatory acne is exactly that. It's acne that causes inflammation around, the site where the acne has developed. So it's characterized by swelling, redness, pain as well, and pus, of course, in the pimples or the nodules that you will see. This ranges anything from pimples, papules, nodules, all the way up to cysts, which is the most severe form of acne that there is. This type of acne causes far more skin complications and requires medical intervention to treat, because your topical stuff really doesn't work as well. It needs to be treated from the inside out. Typically, you would require to go to a doctor to treat inflammatory acne, and they would probably refer you to a specialist who will put you on some sort of medication which will cause the pores to decrease and secrete less oil, such as Oratane. I was actually on Oratane, which helps to reduce the swelling and the severity of the acne. So this is actually the acne that can really take a knock with regards to your self-esteem, because it can look quite bad. It can look quite severe. So what I'll do is I'm going to share some pictures with you and just show you what the different types of acnes look like. Okay, so now that we understand what the different types of acne look like, the next thing that we need to understand is the common triggers, or basically activators or aggravators of acne. Okay, the first most common aggravator or trigger is hormonal fluctuations. Okay, so in women it would be the ovulation hormone, ovulation hormone, and in men it's more the male hormone that causes the secretion of more oil and thus creates an environment for acne to develop. Okay, then things like stress also is an aggravator of acne, because what it does is it messes up your body's ability to actually defend itself. So this then creates a perfect environment for bacteria to grow and thus aggravate your acne. The another thing is pollution. With regards to pollution, our skin is exposed to the outside environment on a full day basis. So when you're out there, whatever dirt and grime that's in the air most likely lands on your skin. And like we said, dirt and grime is a perfect recipe for acne, especially if you've got excess oil. And then we've got using the wrong product. Wrong product, if you don't understand your skin type, for example, and you have an oily skin and you're using products for people with dry skin, that can actually activate or cause your skin to produce more oil and thus, cause acne. Then we've got over cleansing. Okay, so too much of a good thing is bad. That's the sort of principle that you would apply with this one here. Because what happens if you are over cleansing, you're stripping the skin of the moisture that is actually in the skin, that's on the skin, and you put the skin in SOS mode. So then what it does is it overproduces the oil in order to make up for what was lost. Okay, so over cleansing also is an activator. Cleaning twice a day should be more than enough, especially if you're using the correct product. Then there's medical conditions in women, especially such as polycystic ovary syndrome, that causes a hormonal imbalance. So naturally, that would be a trigger for acne as well. And then lastly, genetics. Unfortunately, you can't get away with it. That's also something that was true for me. If your parents had acne, then you are most likely to get acne as well. Yeah, so that's sort of in a nutshell the basics of acne. What is it, what causes it, and how to treat it. The thing that I found with acne that is important is the sooner you treat it, the sooner you get help, the less severity and the less suffering you go through. I waited for nearly a year to treat mine, and it was just unnecessary torture because it was so easy to treat. And then once you treated it, then you can go onto a maintenance program, which is what I want to show you, and a program that's actually going to help you get rid of the marks and get rid of the resulting scarring from your acne. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be sharing in the next vlogs. What did I use, my journey, and how to maintain and actually reclaim your skin so that you don't actually have reminders of what your acne used to look like. So keep tuned, give me feedback, tell me if you like what I've just posted. If you have any questions, do you want me to add, minus, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you guys.